Hi there. My name's Slag. I'm going to be playing Indomita today. It's a mod for Imperator Rome, which has quickly become my favorite Paradox game I've played so far. I'm going to be playing the Xiongnu. They're a step barbarian guy type of deal. Let's see. Their heritage is pretty legit. I like the +8 discipline. I don't mind the monthly wage penalty of 5%, and I get +10 political influence, which come in handy. We're a migratory tribe. We start with a centralization of -25, so we're going to have like a big levy. We'll be able to migrate our pops around. That's going to be a big thing in this. All right, anyway, let me get started. We're doing hard Iron Man. I put on mixed gender rules because I have to pay PI for it, and it's a little treat for myself for doing Iron Man. And here we go. Okay. Terra Indomita is based on Imperator Invictus, which itself is an excellent mod. Uh, this typically is like a little behind Invictus because when the Invictus guys update things, the Indomita people do it. All right, time to conquer the world. So the general plan here is, let's see. First off, I'll do our focus. There's different focuses in this mod. Civic focus is pretty good if you're going to start doing some building. But because we're doing war all the time, I'm going to go with Martial and choose Siegecraft for +3 slaving. I'll passively gain XP and I believe also gain XP like fighting, so we'll come back to that. Okay, for trades, I'm getting horses. Eventually I'll be able to just produce my own. I get horses for the +10 heavy cavalry discipline and step horses for the horse archer discipline. That's going to come up later because once I start producing horses, I'm really not going to want to trade them to like every Tom, Dick, and Harry because I don't want to buff like Chin, for example, by giving them more horses. All right, for research, tribes are super anemic. You can see here, this is the starting thing. My starting research and efficiency. This is like the peak. This is the peak that I will attain for a little while, and that's going to rapidly disappear. So right now I'm making like 0.03%. That's going to drop. I'll be getting tech from pillage or from raising and from my trade partners. So, but in the meantime, for oratory, I like to take town criers. I don't really have a specific portfolio of perks I take every time. I'm still kind of new. I probably won't take census data because I'll be getting so many tribesmen or freemen, but I do like comites for the -20 governor policy change. All right. Let's see. Omens. This one's okay. This one I'll do. I get discipline if I do the omen. This one is generic happiness. This can come in handy. Both of these aren't too bad. However, I do like Erlich for the attrition. So, like, if barbarians invade or if anyone invades and I have an omen, I may pop that just to have fun. Because the step is pretty awful at times, so in the certain circumstances that can be kind of funny to use. And the output is pretty nice, so I will probably switch to Erlich eventually. Alright, Arcana, this is fine. This is what I call like I don't really have anything better to run right now, so I'm going to do this guy because it'll give me some more tribesman output and it keeps all my tribals even happier, which may or may not be relevant. This is probably relevant if I try stuffing tribals in like cities because they're not going to like that. Okay, so for my first omen, I'm just going to go with discipline because we're going to war soon. Okay, so our decisions, eventually I'm going to embrace equity. I like this because even though it's ahistorical, a lot of times it opens up your population pool. So you can get more people and like more intrigue, more corruption. Tribal kingdom and codify state lands, these are like centralizing tribe things. I won't be doing these. And in fact, I won't even try to really double dip into these laws. I will take barter economy, and that's probably it. Like some of these are really cool, but it's just not going to be worth the hassle, and I want to get to 100 centralization relatively quickly. So I have to take a look at these. These will cost me stability. I'll probably do one. Like maybe I may ironically start with the barter economy. We'll see. There's no rush. All right, for my ideas, I'm going to take my basically the only two choices I have, which is ordered retreat. I'm almost taking this just for the tribesman output. However, this is not terrible. Now, the queen bean out of all of these decisions I have right now is the steppe empire. If I take those territories, I can basically jump up to being going from a negative 100 centralized migratory tribe to a monarchy, and all that will eventually entail. So, usually the fly in the ointment for this is Qin, because I'm not scared of Qin, but Qin is a parking lot for 454 Chinese Qin and all the levies that they have. Like this area here has, there's easily multiple levies that are above 30. I believe they can probably pull off a 50 cohort levy immediately. So it's not that I'm scared, it's just they're annoying. So this will be like very opportunistic and probably like a little kind of end game, unless somehow this area gets weak enough that I can trek down there and do some damage. So I guess it's time to start. Let's see here. I'm not a huge fan of going through and min-maxing all the offices at a time. There are some that are really bad, like this guy. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's see what else we got. You see, like this guy, like I'm switching that out. I don't care. Okay. The rest of these are not terrible. I don't want to disenfranchise too many family members. So what I'm going to do is give him a really important job, which is being a tribal researcher. Actually, you know what? I'm going to eat the scorn for now. I'll figure it out. So the first things first, do my war council. Dingling and Junji are my choices. If I take Junji, that's going to cut off Yuzi early. If I go for Dingling, it's going to let me colonize this place. The pops are not really that huge. So take a look. Dingling has 20 pops. Junji has 20. However, they're all Xiongnu. So, I want those Xiongnu. In fact, I'm probably not even going to slave because this area is pretty vulnerable to being depopulated. But woe upon Junji. Alright, in the meantime, Madara Mobe. Mobe has to be one of my favorite royal regions, just because it's massive. I understand there's a lot of dead space in it, but it's a pretty nice, big, chunky looking area. So we're going to consult the council, and eventually we're going to get claims on Jiangkung, which is here. Kuzgul, which I'll have to double check. I think Zihai I know is around here. So we'll get to Kuzgul eventually. All right. Yeah, Kuzgul's right here. Let's see. I've done my trades. I'm going to start the game finally. Okay, so for maintenance, you're going to see this move up and down a lot. Moving it down doesn't really do anything in terms of like my army costs. However, it'll give me some happiness. So a little boost. And then this is usually worth it. So I have to remember if I decrease pay to increase it again. All right. I am going to go with a positive route on this one because I want to see which guys naturally kind of become my buddies. Now, one thing I need to do, which I forgot, is get my allies going. So I want Guyan as my allies, and I want Yuzi as my allies. Yuzi is huge. They have, I think it's something like, yeah, look at that, 89 pops. So they're basically the twice as large version of me. What I want to do is, Xiongnu and Yuzi were rivals. Eventually, the Xiongnu faded from history into the Huns, and the Yuzi kind of expanded, I believe, kind of this way after a split. So I'm going to use them in my wars, and I don't really care what happens to them. Like, it may weaken them and expose them to Shanma and Lulan. Okay, so there's a levy bug. This levy will not become the light cavalry, heavy cavalry, and horse archers that I'm owed until I kind of work it out. So I'm right next to Junji. That is great. You know what? Before we declare, let's get these guys set up. So what I like to do... Actually, I'm not going to do that in this case because it's all light infantry. But eventually what I'll do is I like to split up my horse levies. The archers are not terrible, but they're so slow. Alright. I'm probably kind of overreacting, but I'm going to raise my army wages. Okay. So we will keep our benevolent image going as we invade our neighbor. I kind of want this fight over with as soon as possible. This is one of the few times I'm not interested in slaving out everything. Okay, so... Okay, well, welcome to the family, my future governor. In fact, you're immediately getting favorited. I'm going to have to take steps with this guy. I may split off, but you can see one reason I chose Guryan is because they're watching my back as best as the AI can. Okay, rival courts come into conflict between Zubu and Jizidugu, who is a clan head. I do not want to rival a clan head and will instead lose the popularity. I'm not too worried about it. So while this is going on, one thing, basically my plan is eventually you kind of get free cities, and I get kind of sentimental. So I would like to develop this province, or this province with a priority over others. Let's see here. So do I want to buy back food, or do I want to gain cruel and some popularity? Heads will roll. Okay, let's see what's going on down here. Hey. Welcome to the family, kiddo. Okay, this arbitrator is getting bribed. I don't like to play on 5 because I sometimes miss things, but you can see I'm a little twitchy with the pausing, so I'll try to get that under control. I just want this fight over with because we're here to protect the weak of Moby after all. I also don't like doing unnecessary assaults. The rules appear to be a little arcane, like I may have too many guys here based on the fort level, yada yada. Alright, see? So, now we get it on with the killing. I'm being a little sloppy here because I probably should check my tactics. But I'm not really taking it seriously right now because all I have is light infantry, and after this battle, there. Alright, we've chased them off into the desert. We've now welcomed these guys into the fold. You know what? Because these are Xiongnu nobles, I'm going to banish them instead of enslaving them for the money. Okay, so I'm going to demilitarize this unit. There we go. So now, from now on, with this levy, I'll have my proper levy. And I've also gained tech from Chin. Good. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I kind of had to do that just to get my levy in order. But we will be going to war soon. I need to take out Zihai fast because I don't want Yuzi getting up in that. So, 452, June. Okay, in the meantime, I have a little bit of money. I think I'm going to fabricate a claim against you. Okay, so these trade agreements. Yeah, you can have my leather. Chin, I'm not giving any strategic resources. They have enough advantages. I'm not going to help them. Okay. So, it is now June. There's a really sweet spot over here that I want to talk to you guys about in a bit. It's one reason to work your way over to the west. Okay, so here's a classic example of splitting my guys. My archers are way slower than my cavalry. So I'm just going to form a archer unit. And usually what I do to get them out of the way is I give them a travel order. So I kind of know I'm kind of herding them off, and then I rally them there. Okay, neither of these guys are my family leader, so you are going to be the designated lead unit. Though really I should probably do the heavy cav, but this guy's worse. The reason being is the heavy cav's slower, so it slows everything else down, because I have a feeling this guy's going to jump ahead. Alright, so all that's going on. I pause because I don't want the war. Like, I want to keep track of what's going on. Alright, so here I just have to get rid of these two units. Okay, so bodyguard has asked for a bit of funds. He will get +2 marshal, which is good for the bodyguard. And I lose some money. Yeah, I like that because I have high attrition, so I will give him the +2 marshal for the manpower buff. Okay, so. Okay, and this is perfect because Hunyu's also at war. Now, the best part about this is I actually noticed because last time I did a playthrough, I didn't realize that they had buddies. Okay, now the downside is these guys have good troops, so my archers are kind of cannon fodder, so I need to be very careful with them. Okay, so you have the best marshal. You are going to be the leader. Oops, for the archers. You can see that they're recapturing that territory. I don't mind because I believe I get another bite at the apple. Okay, so we'll go with deception. Deception. Okay, everybody's on deception. Alright, that was a nice stack wipe. Oh, wasn't quite able to get out of there in time, but stack wipe that guy too. And, let's see here. I know this isn't exactly high strategy. I kind of outnumber these guys, but part of the micro with the movement is where you can really enjoy the game because your pawns. It's like, okay, here's a good example. Like my guy stretched out and attacked. So, what I'm going to do is see where this guy's moving. Okay, yeah, of course he's going to follow me. Alright, so I'm going to take my archers and move them up because I stack wipe a bunch of guys, and this terrain is favorable because it gives me defense bonuses. Oh. Well, some of it does. Okay. I do not want to centralize, so I will take the happiness and the tax penalty. Hey, maybe this building will be built by the time I siege out. Okay, so we know what's going to happen over there. Let's see here. What's going on? I have a good martial leader here, so I will probably end up assaulting this so I can get back down. I have a feeling that's going to be a thing. None shall hide. I don't care so much about punching holes in territory here. None shall hide. Let's see what's going on over here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alright, welcome to the fold, my friends. Another option is always to like turn these guys into tributaries. Like you could trim them down to a single province and do that. But for these, I'm not going to do that this time. Alright. You will not get the same consideration. Okay, so I've imprisoned a bunch of people. I'll be able to sell them soon. Now what I need to do is take stock and see who else I can war with while I still have my little momentum going. And who, Kushi, well, we know who's coming next. So we're going to head over here. After we're done with our initial warmongering, or after I'm done, I'll take stock of what we have and start like consolidating and looking at capitals and forts and stuff. The forts in this case will be really nice because it can be a real pain trying to run down guys. Okay, so we're large enough that we gained a new family. Hooray. Okay, so I can lose 5 stability for omen power and loyalty. I can gain 3 stability and some loyalty. I can gain 6. That is fine for me. I don't even mind the Omen power hit. Okay. So, in a non-Iron Man game, I'll be quite honest with you. What I do here is I take my horse archers and I run them around here, and then I attack them from the back, and usually I attack these guys. However, this is Iron Man, so we're going to do that anyway. Alright. Let's find my main guy. Oh, I have some disloyal peeps. They are disloyal now, so I need to bribe them a little. This is the same guy. You know what? I'm going to Z high, which I'll probably regret, but I want you back here. Okay. Let's see. So, you know what? I'm going to let that build and move the rest of these guys out. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so apparently this guy's just in charge of all my cavalry now. So we'll attach him to him. Now, he also has the supplies, which means that my archers are kind of more of a defense unit, to be honest with you. So we'll take these guys. We're going to go around here. Let's see, I've gained a trade. Now, I want my nobles to be happy, so I'm just going to be focusing on that sort of thing. I know that it's kind of counterintuitive, but that's basically what I'm going to do. The reason is because I do want a little trickle research gain, because I'm going to be stuck with this tribal research for a while, so. And I like nobles. Okay, so that is done. We can unpause, get those guys moving. Okay, I'm going to do what's called the pro gamer move. Alright, so while we're waiting for my infantry to move, I wanted to point out some things. Right here is a really nice piece of farmland, and then there's oases right here. This is like perfect for either changing your capital, if you don't mind switching down there, or just having like as your next major region capital. It's a really fun area. Okay, so I am up here now. Let's see, how far can I get? Okay, so we're going to go all the way, and then I'll declare war on these guys. What'll happen if I don't stage properly, they come through here too, and it becomes a big mess. Okay, I got my first martial perk, which in this case is prestige and popularity. I'm going to keep siegecraft. Okay, so we're going to declare war on... Oop, actually first, double check everything. Yeah, these guys are going to be on deception. Okay, so we're good. So we're going to declare war on these guys. They did get an ally in the meantime, which is kind of annoying. It appears I lost Yuzi. That's okay. Okay, so many pop-ups. We do not want to be friends with Anhu. We're going to be conquering them like pretty soon. I'm going to try to stage, like, keep these guys here. Hopefully they'll be able to hold their own. Let me see if I can grab these guys. Come on. Did I get them? Nope. See if I can catch them. Okay. That was really risky because guys that join get lower morale. But yeah, I'm going to take some heavy losses, which is okay because that means I'm going to wipe his guys. So I'm going to move my archers in. We're going to get ready for a fast assault because we need them. Okay, so we move the archers in. And then these guys, I'm going to rely on my ally to kind of take out Kushin from doing that. And what I want to do is an assault. I'm going to hold off for a few ticks. All right. Because I still have to wipe out these guys anyway. Wow, I lost tax collector. Okay, my stability decreased. There's my ally, so cleaning up behind them. So I'm going to leave them there. All right, the Antagid Kingdom has been carved up. We have a new contender. I am going to move here for the... Okay, now I'm going to move here. I did that for the terrain bonus. I wanted the defense bonus. Uh-oh. Let's see how this fight goes. It's a little risky, but he has much lower morale, so I can keep, like, kind of punking him around and whittle him down. But I may also run out of manpower, so let's see. Speaking of manpower, I'm going to give them the discipline bonus. We are going to move these guys here, I think. No. Let's stop beating around the bush. Oh, nice. And then basically I'm just going to move my archers up, maybe for an assault, and let my ally chase these guys around. You see, it doesn't really concern me that they're doing these swaths, because I don't really care about these people. I care about my capital, but it's fine. Let's just get this meat grinder started. Thank you very much. Welcome to the fold, lads. I have a lot of people to sell and sacrifice. Okay, so we are donezo. I'm going to take a short break on the war. Now, this is Zhao. I'm okay with giving them horses for whatever bonus they're going to get. It kind of like, or like maybe Wei, for example. I don't want these guys being strong, but I also don't want these guys then becoming my problem. Okay, omen-wise. We're going to go with integrated pop happiness. Hopefully maybe that'll help a tiny amount with my stability. Okay, these guys want furs. That's fine. All right, taking a break from the wars. Time to scoop up Anhu and Dingling. I'm not going to split this time. These guys are tiny. It's a good habit too, but I'm not worried about it. All right, my ally's going after them. I'll go this way. Okay, I do not want centralization. Hey, this will be a big fight. For them, anyway. Alright, now, some of these places are a little fragile. Like, if you just run around slaving and murdering, you're gonna, like, have a lot of empty slots. So, I like to restrain myself with these guys, because they're close by. This is technically heartland, you know, so it's just going to be my heartland. Alright, let's throw more archers at the problem until it goes away. Your sacrifices were not in vain. You know what? This guy is annoying me. You know what? I can't get around them, so that's fine. I will rely on my mixed bag unit here. Oh, there's Anhu out of the way. Okay, so I will not get the sack on this. So I'm wondering if I can create a unit to then kind of take command over here. Let's find out what happens here. Oh, indeed. Let's hope I get that sack. I'm not sure if... I don't think I did. All right. So these guys are basically donezo. Let's find out what's going to happen. Yep. Welcome to the fold, the boys. We will get rid of... You know what? We'll take some more hostages. All right. So we are basically done with our initial expansion, so I can probably demobilize these guys. But I'm going to need to decide who I'm going after next, too. That was a mistake, but whatever. Let's see. You know what? I can fix that. I have plenty of cash. Okay, who's this? Horses. Han. Yes. I will take the stability hit. Okay, let's see. So we're going to go here. These guys really hate me now. I must have missed an alliance. Yep, that's what happened. So we're going to fabricate a claim. We're going to reciprocate, buddy. And we're going to disband and take stock of our cash. Okay, so that's fine. Looks like I missed an event, such as life. Okay, so this guy never ended up being my, quote-unquote future governor, but he's doing good work. Okay, now I'm going to take stock of the situation, see what I can get. That was a better choice. So I can afford to ditch a blue guy. I know loyalty matters, but it's, I'm not on that footing right now. Okay. We'll bribe you. Okay, so looking at my mission. Gain another perk, which is some loyalty to generals. Looking at my mission, I have 3. I need to populate this area. I need to populate the top half of that area. And I need to control or populate that area. Okay, good. So we are good to go. That's going to be the plan for the next session. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I really enjoy Imperator, and this is my first time. And the whole reason I'm doing this is because of the community and other YouTubers. Like, they really inspired me to try to create content for this game that people will enjoy. So I really hope you see more of me next time. And stay tuned. I'll be uploading every Wednesday. I have not figured out my exact time yet, but stay tuned.